staying proactive about our health. Getting our routine checkups and screenings can be expensive.
It's especially expensive if you're not covered under insurance. As KXAN's Steffi Lee reports, one organization says if the state keeps a cancer grant program going, its prevention efforts can continue to help Texans.
I think my motivation comes from seeing too many lose their lives because we didn't find it early enough.
These women's faces and stories are Dorothy Gibbons' inspiration.
And that's the hope that CPRIT gives.
CPRIT, Cancer Prevention Research Institute of Texas, funds research and prevention programs in Texas. Dorothy's nonprofit, The Rose, started receiving grants in 2010.
Allowed us to move into 38 counties with our mobile mammography.
The Rose has detected breast cancers since then in uninsured and underinsured women. And in this Hurricane Harvey survivor who sent this letter.
She had lost her home to Harvey. She'd lost her car. The year before, she'd lost her daughter to another cancer. It's real hard for anyone to justify a preventive screening. Anyone to, when you don't have money for rent and groceries and you're worried about your kids going to school.
The future of CPRIT depends on whether lawmakers decide to continue funding it next legislative session.
It still is going to be a challenge. Because it's a lot of money and there's no real clarity around whether this program was intended to continue indefinitely or not.
But several cancer and healthcare advocates are optimistic lawmakers will keep the program intact.
And that was our Steffi Lee reporting. A new report from the American Cancer Society says Texas is moving in the right direction in its breast and cervical cancer screening program. But it says Texas hasn't quite reached the organization's benchmark for best practices yet, since it didn't get as much funding this year as last year.
Texas voters approved the plan to create the Cancer Prevention and Research Institute, or CPRIT, back in 2007. 5 years later, the institute faced criticism over flawed oversight of the way they handed out grant money. After that, some lawmakers pushed legislation to reduce financial assistance from the state of Texas. That legislation did not pass.